Hi, I am Carlos Carrera, and I designed the lesson plan number one with the topic time expressions for first bachelor A. This class was designed for the 2nd of November of this year. Plus, as you can guess, of the current situation that is in Ecuador, I just will explain what I would have done. Okay, what was I trying to achieve with this lesson is that the students will be able to listen time expression and define them, tell examples using time expressions, read text and define the time expression, and of course, writing sentences using time expressions. The method that I choose is the presentation, practice, and production, or also known as PPP method. My strategies would have been the group work and a project. So let's start explaining what I could have done. After greeting my students, I will ask the students three questions. How was the day before? What are you doing right now or today? And what are you going to do later or in the future? And every time they mention a time expression, I will write them on the board. For example, yesterday I did well, yada yada yada. So I will write yesterday. I am studying right now, and like that. After many participations and trying to motivate the students will participate more in the class, that being more active, and of course that some words, many words, were placed on the board, I will make the students repeat each word at least 2 times and ask if they recognize those words. To that they have their own insight to know if they understand what those words mean. Later, I will write the theme of the class, time expressions, and give a brief explanation of what are they and how and when using, you know, or basic explanation of the class. Then I will mention that they are going to work on a worksheet in which they will complete the sentences using time expressions and underline the verbs. Then they will work on the student's book on page 15 doing the exercise 6 in which they will circle the correct answer according to the sentence and working in groups on exercise 7 in which they will write about the social media that they use. Finally, they will have to work on a project in which they will choose a person of interest or a person that they know that is dear to them. And they have to do a visual presentation of that person, using, of course, the time expression while talking about it. So, to give a better example or illustrate better, they will work on page 15 exercises. An example of that exercise will be in a short time, soon, or currently, the social network I use is Facebook. The answer is currently. So they have to circle current. Also, they have to work on page 15, the exercise 7, and that is the group work. And for example, of that activity would be in the past, I used Twitter. But right now, I prefer Facebook because, well, what they invent. Working on a worksheet. For example, exercise 1. Is she going to get well right now? Later? The answer will be soon, so they have to write soon. And finally, we have the project. to a visual presentation of a person of interest using the time expression to talk about it. For my example, Bill Murray, we know already know who Bill Murray is. Bill Murray, born on 1950. Last week, I see a movie of him called a Bill Murray movie. Next month, he will play as. So the section for these activities will be the guided practice. For guided practice, students will work on page 15, exercise 6, in which they will read the sentence and choose the correct answer. When they finish, they will work on the same page and, well, as I say, on the exercise 7 in the group work, in which they will work in group of 3 or in pairs, and they have to write a paragraph about the social network that they use. Why I decide to use the book? Well, because they provide some simple examples of or exercise, and they are more practical that the student work with it. For the independent practice, the students will have a project as homework. Yes, they have to be done at home, in which they will make a visual presentation about the person of interest, and they must use the time expression. A project can wake up the creativity of the students. They will make excellent work using what they know, but using their own style. And also including a person that they are familiar with is more easy to work with them for a new lesson. For the assessment, students will work on a worksheet in which they will complete sentences using time expressions. Yes, a worksheet. I know that a worksheet is a common tool, but it's a tool that allows us to assess our students to see how much they know. It also uses us to reinforce the student's knowledge, to practice the lesson. It, a worksheet has many advantages. And of course, to end the class or until the class finish, I will ask the students if there is any doubt and also, make extra exercise to reinforce the knowledge. That they could leave the class uh, confident that they learn the lesson and they could apply them in some exercise in the future.